Hi, so my name's Atkinson. I'm just going to give a brief overview of my proposed project to build a neural network-powered pun machine. So the goal, is to build a machine that can identify puns in a sentence or generate puns, hopefully given a sequence to start from. Now, the way that would work is to utilize sequence-to-sequence translation and an as-yet unused, as far as I can tell, corpus of data coming from dictionaries. So the dictionaries typically have the words spelled in English and phonetically spelled words, and there's a lot of work the linguists have done into building this phonetic spelling system. And so the idea would be to build this sequence-to-sequence translation from the dictionary definitions of these two things, and then use that to translate a big corpus of English text into phonetically spelled text. So that have an enormous amount of training data that's equivalent but spelled in these two different ways. And then you could train either a word-based or a character-level language model on top of it. And so you have something that could generate sentences that phonetically are plausible and in English are plausible. And then you could equally assess the probability of a given sentence in those two modes of thinking. So what you can do then is to take a sentence and find an area where those models diverge. So something that's perhaps spelled correctly, but the phonetics aren't likely, or vice versa. And so this difference in probability should correspond to some sort of notion of surprise, which is effectively what a pun is. And so this would be the idea then. You could use that to suggest for a given sentence, okay, changing this word to something else would make sense phonetically, but in English it wouldn't make any sense because it's not a typically used thing, and that is exactly as a pun. But yeah, you could argue that this is perhaps not the most useful system to ever make, but the idea would be that I would write a series of articles explaining, going from the idea to the actual implemented thing at the end. So rather than sort of a dry post talking about how I can, identify names in a sentence or something like that, this would be sort of a practical approach to creating a system that could actually be quite entertaining. And that sort of entertainment factor, I would hope, would sort of bring people into the project and get them interested.